Goodbye, y'all. How y'all doing today? Today we are going to be doing a Cajun meatball and sausage spaghetti. Alright? So this is what we need for that. Today I decided I'm gonna cut my trinity up today. Out of some onions and bell pepper and celery. Okay, so I'm gonna cut that up. I got 2 onions, 1 bell pepper, and 3 stalks of celery there. I got some fresh parsley today. When you're talking about spaghetti, you want fresh ingredients, okay? So that's why I'm cutting everything up today. You're gonna need garlic. You're gonna need this whole clove of garlic right there. I got green onions, right? A whole deal of green onions. Mushrooms are optional, guys. Some people don't eat mushrooms, but I like mushrooms in my spaghetti, so we're gonna put some mushrooms in our spaghetti, y'all. I got some Savoy smoked sausage. This is not andouille sausage, it's smoked sausage. Okay? Now for the meatballs. Alright, I'm gonna be making my meatballs out of I think it's 1 to 2 here, the ratio. So I got 1 pound of pork. I got about 2 pounds of beef, right? You're gonna need 2 eggs. And this is gonna make it easy for me. This is pre-cut up, right? To go in the meatballs itself, right? You're also gonna need breadcrumbs to go in your meatballs, right? Guys, you will use your Cajun seasoning of your choice. This is my Cajun seasoning that I put together myself, okay? You'll also need Steen's molasses. You say, what? Yes, indeed. This stuff right here, it's going to give a little bit of sweetness to those meatballs that you will not believe. So watch, just stay around and you'll see what I do with that. You'll also need, I got a can of the hot rotel, alright, tomato paste. I got 2 cans of fire roasted diced tomatoes. And a large can of spaghetti sauce or tomato sauce. So instead of getting a whole bunch of little cans, I just get 1 big can. So that's what you're going to need today for your spaghetti. So stick around and then I'll show you how to make my meatballs. Let's put the meatballs together now. Okay, we got 2 pounds of ground meat. 1 pound of pork. 2 yard eggs right there. This comes from Meatballs. This right here is about, let's see, I didn't even look at it. I don't know. That's about 1.5 cups to 2 cups of onions and green onions and bell peppers. That goes in there. God, that smells so good. Take a tablespoon of your favorite Cajun seasoning. Alright, for the molasses. You can start out with a couple of teaspoons of this. This gives it a phenomenal taste, y'all. Just kind of cuts through the tanginess, you know, of your Cajun seasoning. Now for your breadcrumbs. I don't measure on the breadcrumbs, guys. About that much. Now you're gonna mix it up. You're gonna mix it up really, really good. Get it good incorporated. So let me mix this up and I'll be back. Start frying down my meatballs. Okay. This was a 80-20 ground meat, and I don't know what it was on the pork, but these are going to shrink a lot. So by the time I get done with it, I'm going to have a lot of grease in the bottom of this pan. But what I'm looking for is to get that good gratin on the bottom of the pot, and then we'll go from there. Alright, you see the tomato paste, how dark it is. That's what you're looking for. A good brown on your tomato paste. It don't have that redness to it no more. Okay, now you're going in with your Trinity, y'all. Okay, guys, you see them onions? Some of that water's coming out of them onions right there. Right? God, that smells good, y'all. Roasted tomatoes. I got 2 cans of these. That gives it a good flavor as well. Now, guys, notice the color on this. You see, now I took that tomato paste and I fried that tomato paste down. And I browned it almost like a roux. But that's going to take the acid out of that tomato paste and it's going to make it sweet, sweet. I have not put any roux in here, don't get me wrong. I browned the tomato paste. Alright, guys, going in with my Rotel. Alright, this has got some heat to it. Alright, guys, my big can of tomato sauce. Now, I'm going to put a little bit of water in that so I can actually cook that. Right now, it's so thick right now, it would stick. Ooh, it's hot out here, y'all. God. Alright, the water, I'm talking about 1/4 of a cup of water. You know, it ain't much. You're just going to put that in there like that. And you're going to stir it up. Now I'm going to turn this fire on as low as I can possibly go. And I'm going to let that start just bubbling a little bit at a time. Now I'm going to let that cook for about 45 minutes before I do anything else. Alright, guys, look. I'm eating crow, y'all. I forgot to fry down my sausage to put in it. So, since I can't put it in the same pot after my meatballs, so I'm going to have to get another black iron skillet. And I'm going to fry down my sausage, y'all. Okay? So, because this sausage got to go in there, too. I'm gonna get me watch of gold before Victoria. At this point, this sauce has been cooking for about 45 minutes. Alright? And it smells really good, okay? Now, I have not put any seasoning in it just yet, okay? But I will later on, okay? Because I still got seasoned meatballs to put in there, and I got my sausage to put in there and let it cook, okay? And just kind of let them flavors just marry together. But at this point, I am going to need a little sugar, okay? And let me tell you why. I didn't account for the tomato sauce when I told you about the paste. If you're using paste and water to make your sauce, if you fry down your paste like that, you won't have that tang. But I just put that big old can of tomato sauce in there, and I didn't account for the tang for that tomato sauce. So I will have to put a little bit of sugar in there to offset that acid. So you're going to put about an eighth of a cup. Like that. I guess that's about 2 tablespoons, I don't know. But that's about as much as I put in there every time, if I use that much tomato. But you gotta offset that tang, man. If not, it'll be tangy, and that ain't what you want. And now it's time for my meatballs. We still got quite a bit of grease that's gonna be coming out of these meatballs. And juices, my sausage. Okay, the sausage just went in. Now I'm putting in my mushrooms. Believe it or not, guys, they got quite a bit of water in mushrooms, yeah. So that's gonna put a little bit of water in there too. Look, and I'm gonna put a little bit of this parsley in there. Okay, that's good stuff right there. Alright, guys, when you add your sugar to this, you're going to start out with about 2 tablespoons, and then you're gonna taste that. You want to put just enough sugar in it to where it just got that tang. It goes away. The tang goes away, and you can just barely taste that sugar, and you don't have the tang anymore. So that's about as much. So, I mean, there's no set amount of sugar that I can tell you to put in your sauce, because it's different for different people, right? Your taste buds is different than mine. So just put enough in there to where you can just barely taste the sweet, but you don't taste the acid behind it. Alright, I'm starting to get a good bubble on there now, guys. Alright? See how low that fire is? That's what you want. You want a little bit of fire on there. Just a small bit of fire. And you're going to let that cook until all that grease and all that stuff starts separating from the sausage and from the meatballs, and it's going to come to the top. So this stuff right here is going to cook for about an hour. Or until it looks like I want it to look. Alright then, I'll be back. Alright guys, I want to show y'all something. It's been cooking for a little while on a cook look. Scrape the bottom. You see this? This is something you want, okay? You see that? That stuff sticking to the bottom. That's like onions and tomatoes. That stuff right there is sweet, sweet. Okay, so you want that to kind of stick to the bottom. And you got to scrape it off the bottom a little bit and then scrape it off your spoon. I guess that's the difference really between taking your time, you know, between when you're cooking. Well, that's the difference between just regular old, you know, Italian cooking it and doing their thing, and then we cook it, we put love into it, right? And we want that good burnt nana stuff on the bottom, and because it's so good. So good. C'est bon. The spaghetti has been cooking for about 2 hours. If you'll look at the top, you see how the top is kind of like skimming over? Right? Let me stir that and show you what we got there. Look at that. Beautiful, y'all. Beautiful. We got a little bit on the bottom, some onion, some tomato. You can put that over pasta, which is traditional, but if you ain't got no pasta, you put that over rice. But we're gonna call this done. You can put this on French bread too, y'all. That stuff right there, man, that'll make you slap your mama. But she might slap you back, yeah. So we're gonna call this done. And that's about it, y'all. So, with that said, try it out. Ça c'est bon, y'all.